once again, this will always stay equal to 400. It never changes. What always, in all the time we're going to do the exercises, R plus B will be equal to 400. This 400 is the total number of bills that have been edited from the central bank. Look here. Look at this bill. Here, you have a number. Let's see the number here. What is this number? It's L251,547. Do you see that down there? You see? Serial number. What does this mean? This means that the bank, the central bank, knows exactly how many bills have been edited. They know exactly how many bills exist in your economy. These bills can be found where? Either in your pockets or in the reserves. But the number is here, it doesn't change. Okay? So through this, the central banks know exactly what is happening. What can change is that more bills will be found in your pocket or in the bank's reserve. But the amount is the same. It's always 400, which was calculated by the central bank. Okay? Good until now? Good. Now, in the beginning, this is the initial situation. Everything is in equilibrium. Now, so I can calculate how many reserves, how many bills are in the reserves. 200 out of 1,200 of deposits. And how many are in the pocket of people? 200 out of 1,200. So 1/6 for the reserves, 1/6 for the bills. Now, you can understand that when I look at that, I have two types of money. I have central bank money, which are the bills, and I have scriptural money, just writing in your account. The central bank, let's write it again. The central bank decides to supply more money. Do they create more bills? No. The only thing they say, your R here, RD, was equal to 1 to 6. What was this 1 to 6 corresponding to? The central bank wanted the banks, the commercial banks, to have bills to be sure that there is enough money if you go and withdraw money. Imagine you go to your bank. Do you have a credit card? Some of you may have a credit card. So you go to a first, ATM. You put your credit card, and the ATM says, no money. You go to a second ATM. So you want just to withdraw, let's say, $200,000. You go to a second ATM. You put your card, and the ATM says, sorry, no money. So you start being anxious. There are no more money in the ATM. You go to a third ATM. You put your card. You want to withdraw 200,000. Once again, the ATM says no money. You go to a fourth ATM. You put your card, and there is money. How much are you going to withdraw? Probably you're going to withdraw more because you said, wow, there was no money in 3 ATM. So maybe there is a problem of liquidity. So if you find that the fourth ATM works, instead of taking 200,000, maybe you will take 400,000. And this is panic. When there was COVID, what households have done? The government said, you must not go out. I guess it was the same in Vietnam. So people, before the shutdown, they went to the supermarket. And what have they done? Instead of buying 1 kilo of rice, they had bought 2 kilos of rice. What was the consequence of this? 1 week later, there was no more rice. Because everyone has taken more. If everyone, and the government was saying, don't buy more. In France, they were saying that every day, don't buy more. Don't stock food. There is enough food. But people were buying more. Because they said, maybe there will be a lack of food. So it's exactly the same with the banking system. If people believe that they will not find money, they will withdraw more. This happened in the 1929 crisis. When the stock market broke down, it's because people went to withdraw money and the bank says, we do not have any more cash. People say, wow, no more cash. Then I want to withdraw everything because I'm afraid. If you are confident in the banking system, your money can sleep in the bank. But if you are afraid, then you want to withdraw the money and put it in your pocket because you know it's here. It was the same with the COVID. If you know that there is rice in the supermarket, but if you are not sure, you prefer to go and buy more rice and have it at home because you know that at home it's here. I can cook it. So the central bank obliges the commercial banks to have one part of the deposits in bills. Because you expect every time you go to the bank to have money. Now imagine that the central bank wants to enhance growth. What is the central bank going to do? They say people are confident. You can lower down the rate of reserves from 1/6 to 1/10. Okay? Bills remains always the same. Bills remain always 1/6. The central bank cannot do anything about that. Now, what does this mean? This means that I can once again write down this here. Deposit is always 1,200. Credit is always 800. Bills is always 200. Now, what are the reserves, the mandatory reserves that the bank must have? 1/10 of 1,200. That is this, 120. How much do they have? They have 200, which means that I have 80 too much, excedentary, okay? They have 80 as excedentary. Is it clear until now? For everyone? Good. What is the bank going to do with this 80? The bank is going to make new credits, loans. So with this 80, I'll write it in red, the bank is making a new loan. So the credit increases to 80. Everyone agrees? Now, if you go to the bank and you discuss with the agent in the bank, and you said, I want a credit of 80. He says, okay, I will give you a credit of 80. I'll make a loan of 80. So he will write credit of 80. What will happen in your account? He will put this 80 into your account, right? So your account will also increase by 80. Okay? Good until now? Now, what is happening to this type of money? This type of money, B plus R, always remain equal to 400. Always remain equal to 400. But it's no more like that. How is it? Let's try and write it down. Okay, I'll try to write it in a different way. Deposits are equal to 1,280, right? What must be the reserves, the mandatory reserves? The mandatory reserves must be 1/10 of the deposits, 1/10 of 1,280. That is 128. Do you agree? So I will write here. Okay? What are the bills? The bills are equal to 1/6 of deposits. So 1/6 of 1,280, which makes 213.3. Okay? So bills is 213